Welcome students, I am Ms. Sanskruti Mahale and today I am going to explain you a small topic from Microeconomics 1. This topic is from Unit 4, it is Production and Cost, and name of the topic is Returns to Scale. In this module, I am going to explain you the meaning of returns to scale, law of returns to scale, stages of law of returns to scale, summary and few references. At the end of this module, the learner will be able to understand what is the meaning of returns to scale, will be able to state or list out the law of returns to scale and explain and illustrate the stages of law of returns to scale. Introduce this topic. When you talk about long run, it is a period during which all factors of production can vary. Long run relationship between inputs and output of a firm is explained by something called as law of returns to scale. The term returns to scale arises in context of firm's production function. Returns to scale is a term that refers to proportionally of change in output after the amount of all the inputs in the production have been changed by the same factor. So, when the production shows a change in behavior, when the outputs are changed because of the change in inputs, it is called returns to scale. Technology exhibits increasing, decreasing and constant returns to scale. According to Kourtsianis, returns to scale, the term returns to scale refers to the changes in output as all factors change in the same production. According to Lifensky, returns to scale relates to behavior of total output as all inputs are varied and is in the long run concept. In the long run production function, all factors are variable, that is they vary. Therefore, in the long run output can be changed by changing all the factors of production. A firm's production function could exhibit different types of returns to scale in different ranges of output. Now, there are three types of returns to scale: increasing returns to scale, decreasing returns to scale, constant returns to scale and diminishing returns to scale. In this section, we will use isochrones to analyze the input output relationship under the condition that both the inputs, that is labor and capital, are variable and their quantity is changed proportionately and simultaneously. First is increasing returns to scale. Increasing returns to scale or diminishing cash flows refers to a situation when all factors of production are increased, output increases at a higher rate. It means if all the inputs are double, output will also increase at a much faster rate than double, and it is said to be increasing returns to scale. This increase is due to many reasons like division of external economies of scale. Increasing returns to scale can be illustrated with the help of a diagram. In this diagram, you can see the increasing returns to scale. On the x-axis, we have marked unit of labor and capital, and returns, that is output, is marked on the y-axis. In this figure, OX represents increase in labor and capital, while OY represents increase in output. When labor and capital increases from Q to Q1, so original quantity is OQ of amount of labor and capital and return is OPU. But when we increase the input of labor and capital from OQ to OQ1, output also increases from OP to OP1. But note that the amount of increase in output is more than the amount of input that we have changed. So, output has increased at higher rate than the factors of production. This is called increasing returns to scale, wherein output has increased at a higher rate compared to the increasing input. Next, we have diminishing returns to scale. Diminishing returns or increasing cost refer to that production or situation where if all the factors of production are increased in given proportion, output increases in a smaller proportion. It means if inputs are double, output will be less than double. If 20%, if there is a 20% increase in input, the output will be followed by only 10% increase. Then it is called diminishing returns to scale. The main cause for operation of diminishing returns to scale is that internal and external diseconomies are less than internal and external diseconomies. This diagram indicates diminishing returns to scale. Again, on x-axis we have marked unit of labor and capital, that is the inputs, and on the y-axis we have marked the returns. Initial input is OQ and initial return is OPU. When we have increased the input from OQ level to OQ1, there is an increase in output but at much lesser level. So, output has also increased from OP to OP1, but if you look at the difference between increase in input and increase in output, we can say that increase in output is much less compared to the increase in input. So, increase in factors of production is more and increase in production, that is increase in output is comparatively less, thus there is diminishing scale in operation. Third is constant returns to scale. Constant returns to scale or constant cost refers to the production situation in which output increases exactly in the same proportion in which factors of production are increased. In simple terms, if factors of production are doubled, output will also be doubled. In this case, internal and external economies are exactly equal to internal and external diseconomies. This situation arises when, after reaching a certain level of production, economies of scale are balanced by diseconomies of scale. This is known as homogeneous production function. Cobb-Douglas linear homogeneous production function is a good example of constant returns to scale. Again, in this diagram, we have marked unit of labor and capital, that is inputs on the x-axis and returns, that is output on the y-axis. Initial input is OQ, amount of labor and capital, which gives us OP, amount of return or output. When we have increased the amount of input, that is labor and capital, from OQ to OQ1, output or return has also increased from OP to OP1, but this increase is exactly equal to the increase in the input. So, when increase in factors of production, that is labor and capital, are equal to the proportion of output increase, which means if there is 10% increase in input, there is 10% increase also in the output. So, therefore, result is constant returns to scale. To summarize this module, when you talk about returns to scale, it means proportionality of changes in output because of the change in inputs by the same factor. Increasing returns to scale or diminishing cost refer to a situation where all factors of production are increased, output increases at a higher rate. Diminishing returns or increasing cost refer to that type of production situation when, if all the factors of production are increased in a given proportion, output increases in a smaller proportion. And last is constant returns to scale or constant cost. It refers to a situation when production in which output increases exactly in the same way the inputs are increased in the production process. These are the references which I have done for this module. Thank you.